Welcome to the Dragon's Den. My name is Leo Drake, and thank you for spending part of your day with me. Please consider subscribing as it is free and I won't have to hunt you down. If you enjoy the video, click the like button and ring the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. In this video, we are reviewing The Fugitive and U.S Marshals. I will be discussing these movies during this video, so consider this your one and only spoiler warning. There are two movies to review, so let's get to it. The Fugitive from 1993 is directed by Andrew Davis and based on the original TV show. Dr. Richard Kimball, played by Harrison Ford, returns home late to find his wife Helen dying and an intruder in the house.
When I came home, there was a man in my house. He had a mechanical arm.
The police don't believe Dr. Kimball's story. There was no signs of forced entry. His fingerprints are on the murder weapon and victim. A 911 call made by Helen just before her death is incriminating, and Richard, as her husband, is the sole beneficiary of her wealthy estate. Dr. Richard Kimball is convicted of killing his wife and sentenced to the death penalty. The bus transport taking the prisoners to jail crashes after the inmates seek to escape. Dr. Kimball rescues an injured guard before a train hits the overturned bus, and he goes on the run as a fugitive. Deputy Samuel Gerard of the U.S Marshals, played by Tommy Lee Jones, takes jurisdiction of the crash.
My goodness. The fugitive's name is Dr. Richard Kimball. Go get him.
Injured in the crash, Dr. Kimball goes to the hospital in stolen overalls. He treats his own wound before stealing a patient's clothes and food. Richard shaves off his beard and brushes back his hair before stealing an ambulance.
Where the hell's he going in an ambulance?
The report comes over the radio and Gerard jumps in a helicopter to box the fugitive in a tunnel on a local viaduct. Dr. Kimball goes down a storm drain into the tunnels where Gerard and his team follow. Gerard slips in a wet tunnel and Dr. Kimball takes his gun before reaching a dead end over the falls.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
I think the most iconic moment in this film is when Harrison Ford jumps off the dam.
I get a Peter Pan right here off of this. Holy shit.
Kimball is presumed dead, though the search continues.
What are you out of your mind? He's dead. I ought to make him easy to catch.
Gerard and his team catch another prisoner who escaped the crash, giving an insight into the type of marshal Gerard is.
I don't bargain.
Dr. Kimball dyes his hair and seeks to prove his innocence. The U.S. Marshals tap his lawyer's phone and know that he is still alive. Richard reaches out to an old friend, Dr. Charlie Nichols, for some spare change and rents a room. Gerard questions Dr. Nichols.
You'll never find him. He's too smart.
Gerard begins to investigate the original case as Richard Kimball impersonates a janitor. After stealing an ID badge, he uses the computer to find a list of people with a prosthetic right arm. Due to his medical training and personal experience, Dr. Kimball is able to reduce the potential suspects to 5. While in the hospital, Dr. Kimball saves a misdiagnosed child, and we get a brief cameo from Julianne Moore. Kimball's landlord is raided by the police and her son arrested. He then informs on Richard, who is forced to stay one step ahead of his pursuers. One of the men on Richard's list is in prison, so he is forced to go into the open and see him face to face. This movie was before social media. During the visit, Gerard spots Dr. Kimball and chases him down the stairs and into the street, where there is a convenient parade for him to hide in. Dr. Kimball finds the one-armed man's house and leads Gerard right to it. Frederick Sykes is an old police officer who now works for security for Devlin McGregor, a rich pharmaceutical company. Richard suspects a colleague called Alec Lenz. He mysteriously died in a car accident a few months earlier. Dr. Kimball then becomes convinced the killer was after him and not his wife, as he was sending back samples showing that a new drug, RDU-90, had worrying side effects. These samples were being falsified to make the pharmaceutical company a lot of money on the new drug. Sykes drops his police tail and finds Kimball, who is heading onto a train. One of the passengers recognises Kimball from the papers, but Sykes gets there first. A transit cop attempts to intervene, but Sykes shoots him before Kimball pulls the emergency brake and makes a citizen's arrest on Sykes before fleeing the scene. Kimball is suspected of being a cop killer and is still a fugitive. He goes to the Hilton, where Dr. Charlie Nichols is a keynote speaker at a medical conference, talking about a miracle new drug called Prevasic. Police lock down the building as Kimball confronts Dr. Nichols. It breaks into a fight that leads outside onto the roof. A police helicopter is given orders to shoot Kimball on sight. Kimball and Nichols fall through a glass roof onto an elevator.
No way out of here, Richard!
Kimball stops Nichols from shooting Gerard, who knows he is innocent of killing his wife. This film is a good thriller with strong performances from the leads, Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones. It has a good score and a solid narrative running throughout. One of the better manhunt films ever made. I give The Fugitive 4 out of 5 stars.
Thought you didn't care. Tell anybody, okay?
U.S. Marshals from 1998 is directed by Stuart Baird and a sequel to The Fugitive. Wesley Snipes' character, who has multiple names, but for the purpose of this video we'll call him Mark Sheridan, is involved in an automobile accident. In the wreckage, police find a handgun in his truck and his fingerprints match a double homicide in New York. Samuel Gerard is back catching bad guys and is ordered to personally escort the prisoners on a plane to their destination. Mark Sheridan, who has a federal arrest warrant out for him, is on the plane when another prisoner blows a hole in the side of the plane, forcing an emergency landing on a civilian road by a river. In the chaos, Mark Sheridan manages to escape. A manhunt begins with Gerard's team arriving on the scene, along with Royce, played by Robert Downey Jr. The fugitive is a high-priority target. Gerard locks down the perimeter and begins investigating the crash. Mark Sheridan goes into a swamp where he is followed by the police. Royce seeks to arrest the fugitive alone, leading to Gerard being shot in the vest. The fugitive escapes and Gerard wants to know everything about their mystery man. Mark Sheridan turns out to be a hitman for the government before he was set up for murder, and he seeks to find out who set him up and why. Sheridan goes to New York where he watches a Chinese consulate near the UN, seeking a lead. Gerard follows and is close on his heels. Sheridan follows a person of interest to a cemetery where there is a suspicious bag drop. Sheridan discovers the person who is responsible, but the man is immediately assassinated. Sheridan flees and is pursued by the marshals. Royce proves to be dirty when he shoots Newman and Gerard is pissed. Sheridan escapes by jumping off a roof onto the last train out of town. Sheridan attempts to disappear with his girlfriend on a ship, but Gerard and Royce pursue him on board. Royce shoots Sheridan, but Gerard is suspicious and catches Royce, while Sheridan is absolved of all guilt. This is a solid action film and a good movie, but does not live up to the previous film. I give U.S. Marshals 3 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your favourite manhunt film is down in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like and share it. I'm looking to post a new video every Monday, so be sure to come back for that and click the link on screen to watch another of my videos. Until next time, hoorah!